So Super Mario Bros. Wonder is coming out in about a month or so, a little under a month at this point, and I have made 40 different Mario Challenge videos. And since the game is coming out, I've been kind of trying to lay low for a little bit since my life's about to get very, very hectic with Mario Bros. Wonder. You can expect a lot of videos on that game, a much higher output of videos too. So I thought today, let's just go ahead and check out all the older videos and also make a tier list and see which ones were hardest and easiest. So the very first challenge video I ever made was New Super Mario Bros. Wii trying to touch all the coins. So I'll be watching just bits and pieces of it just to get a good idea of how difficult it was, since a lot of these I don't remember at all.
Then I ran into these coin blocks you have to pound over and over, and remembered that you get a burst of 5 coins when you empty the block out.
Yeah, that was honestly so much more annoying than you would imagine,
Right?
and you'll see why in a second.
With 2 death pits side by side. No matter how quickly I moved, I always lost a couple coins.
So that coin splatter, I'm actually very, very concerned about that in Mario Bros. Wonder, because you can get coins with enemies, which I might end up doing when I'm doing the all coins challenge. I'll turn on the badge where you get coins from enemies, and the coins split away like that as well in that game. So I might be dealing with the same issues I did here.
1-2 involved a ton of brick breaking, since I didn't know which bricks had coins and which didn't. There was a P-switch room too.
Yeah, so this was before I started to use maps of the game. I was just kind of like playing casually and just finding all the coins that I could. But in the later videos, I do actually find the coins, even like the hidden ones that are really hard to get, which I think made the challenge a lot harder. So this challenge in particular, I feel like wasn't that difficult compared to the others. So this one was super damn hard. Trying to do that.
Yeah, let's come back to this later. 2-3 is a really dark level.
Yeah, and I did a weird thing where basically I would, if I couldn't do a level, I would just pass it instead of finding a solution. I don't know why I did that. It was like, I could have just, I don't know, spent more time on that. It's just kind of weird.
Now, me controlling 4 players, that can't be done, right?
Okay, this was still one of the craziest things I've ever done, because this was all me controlling it, right? I don't remember what my setup was, but it was pretty nuts.
That's right.
Okay, so for being the first challenge, I think at the time I probably would have thought it was like the most impossible thing ever. But, you know, looking back, I have definitely done much more difficult challenges. Like, I would say just because there was only like 2 or 3 levels that I was stumped on, I would put this at like C or B tier. Let's put this at B tier, I think. Now, in case you don't know as well, we are doing this in order of release. So the next one that we did was Super Mario 3D World All Coins. I think this one might have been around the same difficulty, but I don't really remember because it's been so long. Okay, so this level I remember I think was impossible. Yeah, this level is definitely impossible, and the coins did not infinitely respawn, but it was also one of those things you could skip. And again, this was still the beginning of the challenge video, so I wouldn't play every single level. I would just skip stuff, just trying to beat the game. Oh yeah, this level was actually really hard. I remember this.
There was no way I could kill all 4 of them and get the green star, so I tried grabbing a second character and using
I forgot what I did, because I'm pretty sure I actually did it.
And then this happened.
And then this happened. Yeah, that was just coin luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that was very, very difficult. That took me probably like an hour, hour and a half to do just that one part of the level. Yeah, it doesn't look like I really got that stumped. There was only a couple stages again. So this is the level where I got stumped at. I remember this because there were coins on the top and coins at the bottom, and I couldn't get both of them. Okay, so I really only got stumped again like on 2 or 3 levels. I think a majority of the levels really weren't that difficult. So I think for that reason, I'm going to give this one like a high C tier, because there was definitely some pretty damn hard ones, but honestly, I feel like Mario Bros. Wii was even more challenging. Now, this next one, Mario 64, this one was not really that difficult at all, honestly. The coins here aren't really that hard. I will watch a little bit of the video, but I know it's going to be D tier. It's going to be incredibly easy. And I remember I got a lot of comments about, in particular, that there's like impossible coins, like there's an impossible Goomba in one of the Bowser levels, and like I was aware of all that. But I didn't bring it up in the video, so I guess maybe I should have done that. But it didn't really seem that important, because it's like, why would I count, like, you know, just like a random Goomba that's sitting on, like, a death floor, you know? Because Mario 64 it's kind of difficult to do a coin challenge for this. I feel like I almost shouldn't have, just because it's so easy to do. And the coins really, they're just like for health, right? They're not like, oh, you get points for it or whatever. I mean, you do get points for it, but the main point is for health. Okay, yeah, you know, now that I've kind of watched this over a little bit, this is definitely like a D tier one. I'm still pretty confident keeping that there. That honestly might be one of the easiest challenges I've ever done. And that was all I did for 2018, because these were all the 2018 videos. Man, I'll never forget this time. Like, these videos were taking off like crazy. Like, I have never had a period of time when my channel was growing so quickly. It was like, this video, this Mario Bros. Wii All Coins, it got like 2 million views in a week. Like, I have never had a video perform that well ever again. Like, I've had some videos do like 1 million views a week quite a few times, but 2 million one week, that's like unheard of for like a Mario videos. It was pretty wild. So let's go ahead and we're jumping right into 2019. So this is New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, touching all coins. Now, this one, probably going to be a B tier, maybe an A tier. I remember this one was very, very tough. But again, I remember very, very little of it.
To ensure I didn't miss any coins, I dove into the coding of the game and found every hidden.
I also don't know why I called this like the code of the game. This is literally just the map. But yeah, this was when I finally started to use maps and really take these challenges a bit more seriously. Like, I was really pushing to make them better and better and better.
Point I needed.
At this
Shout
point,
yeah,
I personally think once we hit 2019, that's really when these videos started to get a lot better. Like, I feel like the 2018 videos are fine, but I don't know. Once we got to 2019, I feel like the quality went up a lot, just in general.
I had to use a combination of bubbling characters after launching them and keeping one alive at the bottom. It was messy, but I got all the coins.
Dude, so many wonky strategies. I'm honestly so curious if Mario Bros. Wonder is going to have weird strategies like this game did as well. I forgot how weird the strategies get with New Super Mario Bros. I think I actually did this, right?
This happened.
Okay.
So, yeah, this level is beatable.
That was a pretty insane strategy. This honestly could be an A tier difficulty. I mean, that's pretty nuts. I remember, I think I spent like close 3 to 4 days on this game and Luigi U, which might not sound that long, but like that's a pretty long time just for a challenge like this. Oh my god, yes, I remember this too. Okay, there's actually a lot of hard levels. This is probably gonna be an A tier. Oh my god, I remember this part. Oh god.
It's innocent enough, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, it just rains down coins. Absolute nonsense, man. Okay, I think, you know what? This might be an A tier one, man. This is oh, this one was insane too. I forgot about this one. Yeah, it was possible, but it was so much damage boosting you had to do. Woo! Oh my god, I can't believe that happened. That was insane. That one, definitely an A tier. Not the hardest thing I've ever done, but that was definitely up there as being insanely difficult. Okay, let's see what's next. So this one's stupid. New Super Mario Bros. With my feet. I actually think I'm gonna put this in D tier, believe it or not. Like, you would think this would be really challenging, but I don't remember it being that hard. Bro, I didn't even wear socks. I could have worn socks, but I didn't. Why? Yeah, I actually do remember a lot of this video, and the main culprit, honestly, was just getting foot cramps. But, like, even then, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, as long as I took breaks, like, every hour or two, for even just a few minutes, my feet were normally fine. But I remember, I think, like, one of the castle levels was a little bit challenging, but that's about it. I think it was this one. Yeah, I think that was, like, the only one that I remember struggling with. That was about it. But otherwise, this was very doable. So that's definitely a D tier. One of the easiest ones, like, I've ever done. Okay, and our next one... Okay, so this is just New Super Mario Bros. DS all coins. I do remember a couple of levels were super challenging, but I don't think it was that bad. It'll probably end up being, like, B tier. I think this one might have been kind of hard. Oh, Jesus. Was this possible?
The problem, of course, is I can't get all these coins at once.
Yeah, I don't think so. I remember this level. Yeah, this level was pretty tough.
But I counted out the coins, and yes, I did get all 10. So after all of that...
Wow, that was very, very close. And I remember there was a level in World 7 that was also very, very challenging.
Well, the plan didn't quite work out because, like I said, Mega Mario just isn't big
not
enough
big
to get all
enough.
these coins, and they
Oh,
really
okay.
don't stand the
Wow, I
screen
totally forgot. This is crazy. Like, I feel like a lot of these videos, I remember none of it, just because I've made so many videos in the past. That's pretty wild. And that's basically the final count. Wow, a lot of these were actually possible. That's kind of nuts. I don't know if I want to put this in B or A tier, because both of these were pretty crazy. I mean, I would almost say it's harder than, like, Mario Bros. Wii. So I'm going to put it as, like, harder, but I'm not going to put it as an A. It's like a high B tier. Next, we've got... Oh, this is already an S. So this video, I mean, it's my most popular video on the channel. Beating Mario 64 DS without Mario. I don't even need to watch this one, honestly. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, like, basically, I had to get in contact with people that tasked the game, and this guy, Adil, he's like one of the only people that tasked the game. There's very, very few people that did it. And he figured out an entirely new strategy that had never been discovered before, so that way it was possible to beat the game, because there was like this one part, basically I couldn't get into the first Bowser without using Mario. Definitely an S tier for all the research that had to be done for that. Super Mario Maker event courses, all coins. This one also I'm putting in D tier. I think I'm going to put it maybe as a little bit harder than the feet one. This one was also incredibly easy. I remember very little of it. Let me see. So this is actually the first video that my editor John worked on. Well, not the first video. It was the first challenge video that he made. I can already tell just based off of the text. But yeah, at this point, you know, I'm not really editing videos. I think this is around like May 2019 when I hired John on full time. So now he's been, like usual, doing majority of the editing.
While we could hit all the blocks on the outside, there was
no
so
I think the only issue with this video was that the levels were either possible or not possible, which, you know, duh, right? But when it comes to, like, not possible, they were, like, brutally impossible. Literally nothing you could do to complete them. And then the possible ones were just, like, easy. Like, no crazy strategies to come up with. Yeah, definitely a D tier. This one was so much fun. This was Mario Bros. Z without touching the ground. Collaboration with Nico BBQ. We actually did this whole thing while we were at E3 because me and the Minus World guys, we all met up and we stayed at a house for like, I think a week or something. And then me and Nico, we beat the game. We skipped a ton of levels, but we beat it. I would probably put this as like a B tier. I remember very little of this. I know we only did like 5 or 6 levels because we used all the warps.
So the only times we can actually touch the floor is at the very beginning, after the flagpole.
Man, I'm so glad we did this. This was so much. This is probably the most fun I've had with any challenge video.
Since that's just
like getting to do it with someone else was so cool. Oh, this level was so hard too. I think just the fact that it only took us like, I think it was only 1 day of recording. It was like maybe 2 sessions. We recorded half of it at one point and then the other half at another point. So I think just for that, it belongs in D tier. So let's keep that there. Then we have Mario Maker 2, highest possible coins. I almost don't even count this as a challenge video. This is more of just like a weird experiment. Like, how many coins can you get? I wouldn't necessarily call it difficult. I mean, it was kind of difficult to like get a really good run in. I think I got like 16,000 coins or something insane like that. So I'm just going to put that at C tier. Yeah, this was such an interesting video to put together because, you know, again, I wouldn't really count it as a challenge. I mean, it kind of was a challenge, but like it kind of wasn't. Yeah, because I'm just kind of talking about like, you know, all the different drafts and different versions of the level that I made.
I was successfully able to collect 16,110 coins.
So I think for like this part, because there was another part where you do a lot of running. If I did use conveyors, I probably could have squeezed out another 300 to 400 coins, but not much more than that. I guess we'll keep it at C tier because it was kind of challenging. I think I spent like almost 3 days. It was around 2 to 3 days on this one. Oh, S tier. Easy S tier. It's not as hard as the DS Mario without Mario one. This one was freaking brutal. Blue shell only. So many levels were just stupid. Like I would spend hours and hours and hours on just one level. And this one was also a pain for John to edit because this was before I started using timestamps. So basically John would just go through my footage and just try to find what I'm talking about without like an actual like time code. Yeah, this is the last time I think we ever did a video without timestamping it. God,
The rest of the level
this
was
is like
easy.
Geometry
But I learned
Dash
something super
Mario
weird
Bros.
about
Kind
Bowser
of.
Jr. Where things start to get
Yeah, this is where it started to suck. This
really
freaking level.
stupid. This is another vertical level.
This level
but
is
it's
awful.
Also an odd
I think I spent 3 hours on this one level, maybe close to 4 hours. It was like all day,
stupid hard.
basically.
I got to this part.
Dude, if they had a blue shell in Mario Bros. Wonder, you know I'm doing this again. Even though it was so freaking hard in this game. Oh, man. If there's like a blue shell badge, I'm gonna be so happy and also terrified. Oh, this level sucked too.
Jump after hit.
Yeah, I don't even need to watch the rest of the video. There were so many levels that were just horrible that I would spend hours on. So yeah, that's an easy S tier right there. One of the hardest things I've ever done. Next, Mario Galaxy. Oh, God, these ones? Okay, the interesting thing about the All-Star bits is, like, it was so similar to the coin video, but at the same time it wasn't. Oh, man, this is probably going to end up being A tier, because there were times where I need to get on, like, a Parsec call with Tetra in order to do this. And look at that, Parsec. I 100% used Parsec for this video. I forgot, yeah, because there were levels... Yes, these levels were horrible. Yeah, this was impossible. I remember that. What's nice about Galaxy, though, is like there were so many places that I could skip if I was just trying to beat it. So, that wasn't that bad, at least. I'm pretty sure I beat Galaxy 1 and 2. Yes, this was the one that sucked. I mean, this has to be one of the hardest things I have ever done. When it comes to these challenge videos again. I like that John called it the time of suffering. It was suffering, man. I remember actually John was visiting me at the time, and I was telling him about this Galaxy because of how freaking hard it was. I think this is the clip.
This was our best attempt.
Yeah, this was it. We got it.
There we go. There we go. Oh my God, we did it. We did it. Oh my God.
Yeah, that took so long. I think this video alone was like 4 days of recording. Dude, what a freaking brand deal integration. We use Parsec to complete this, and then I push it. Parsec, I still use Parsec all the time. Like, I'm not sponsored by them today, but dude, I love Parsec. They're great. Oh, this one was so hard. Okay, I think I've seen enough. This is definitely an A tier or an S tier. I think I'm gonna put it above Mario Bros. U Deluxe, but I don't think it's quite hard enough for an S. The thing is, like, a lot of the game wasn't that bad. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the difference between, like, Mario without, or DS without Mario and the Blue Shell. Pretty much the entire game was challenging for those two. Galaxy had a lot of really, really tough ones, but not all of it was too bad. What do we have next? We've got Galaxy 2 All-Star Bits. I'm probably going to put this next to, like, Galaxy 1. Honestly, I don't really remember that much of this video either. Oh, this level sucked. Man, I forgot how challenging that the Starbit ones were. I guess I could still do coins, but I feel like coins wouldn't be nearly as tough as Starbits. Oh my God, this strategy was insane. Here we go. This is nutty. All that for 3 Starbits, dude. Holy crap. What a crazy strat, and it, like, actually worked. Okay, I still don't think that was as hard as Galaxy 1.
Stupidly hard, precise.
This is up there though with Galaxy 1 All-Star Bits. Wait, did Tetra help me again? Hold on.
Get that star.
He sure did.
Galaxy. Our plan was
Shout outs to
grab
Tetra.
the star bits.
Oh my God. Yeah, this took like 45 minutes, having to constantly go back and
Holy
forth.
crap, this was boring. So after all of that,
Like, it wasn't
I
hard, it was
finally
just
put the
boring.
frickin' star-
Man, okay, that's like basically the end. What's harder? I mean, Jesus, these are both pretty nuts. I still think that this one is slightly easier. Like, this one has some insane strats, but just that Bowser level I was stuck on in Galaxy 1, I still feel like that was probably harder than anything I did in Galaxy 2. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, man. You guys have no idea how much I was dreading to make this video. Like, did you notice the time span between starting the challenge videos at the beginning or at the end of 2018, this one to this one? It was like a year. I think it was a little over a year because I was dreading this so much. Oh, my God. That one was ridiculous. Like, this one was horrible. Absolutely horrible to do. You know, thank God for Gold Mario. Like, Gold Mario saved the day a lot of times. I remember even like 1-2 was insanely difficult.
We also don't need the flying gold block coins and coins that are produced from a gold ring.
Yeah, this might be the longest I've spent on a challenge outside of like the Mario 64 DS one and the 100% Marathon. This one is ridiculous. You know what? I'm actually going to rank it higher than Blue Shell. Just for how long it took, I needed to get on Parsec like multiple times for this one. Oh man. God, this one was hard. Yeah, immediately the game is like hard as balls.
That's right.
Good luck. It was just good luck. That wasn't even the hardest level, guys. This was stupid. All of these blocks had coins. I hate this level. This level's horrible. Bro, look at this. The video is at 5 minutes and we're 2 levels in. That should tell you how hard this was. Oh my god. Yeah, that's right. We had like lag as well. Oh my god. Yeah, this is absolutely an S tier. This one was not possible, and it definitely was not the only hard one. I'm kind of shocked how many of these were actually possible. I would argue that there were more difficult levels in this game compared to New Super Mario. Well, I wouldn't say more difficult. Like, it was all challenging, but I would still say, well, at least with Blue Shell, there was maybe a handful of levels that weren't that bad. But with all coins, even the easy levels took some time. They would usually take a few attempts. Then we have 3D Land touching all coins. I think this is like a C tier. I don't remember this one having that many difficult strats, to be honest. I remember a couple levels at the beginning were kind of hard. Just skim through this just to check. Yeah, this level was hard, but besides that, I don't remember anything else I got stuck on. Oh yeah, this one was a little bit hard. Yeah, this one was a little tough. Let me check this out. I remember 7-4.
This part took quite a few tries.
Yeah, that was about an hour or so of work. Oh yeah, so these weren't, none of these were that bad. This is again the same thing with like the Mario Maker coins, where it's like, yeah, they're either possible and easy or not possible and just literally impossible. Okay, so I think I'm probably going to put this, I think this is like a low C tier, because there was a couple of levels that were kind of tough, but nothing too crazy. Then there's Mario 64 Koopa Shell. I think this was like a low B tier. I don't remember a lot of this one, and the reason for that is because this was a December video. And if you've been following me for a while, you know I upload a lot of videos in December, so that makes it a lot easier for me to forget, you know, exactly what's going on in those videos. Let me watch a little bit of this, because I don't remember a lot of it. I think the challenge with this one was honestly just beating, there is no coins, I keep thinking it's coins. No, it's just beating the game, and finding enough coins that I can beat with the Koopa Shell. Because yeah, like there's so many bosses, like this one as an example, where if you're on a Koopa Shell, there's no way to actually activate the boss and start it. Yeah, this was such a weird video. Like, I don't think it was as compelling as the Blue Shell one. That's why I made it, because, you know, no other game has like a shell that you can use besides, I guess, this one. Like, I guess sure there's 64 DS Koopa Shell, but I don't think that would have been any more different than this video, to be honest. So I would say some of these stars were challenging, but again, a lot of it was just like, it's either completely impossible with no strategies, or it was just super easy. Damn, dude, so many stars weren't possible. Look at how many we couldn't do. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my, it's like 20%. Damn, man, that's kind of crazy how few we could do with the Koopa Shell. I think just for the fact that so many of them weren't possible, and it's just like, well, there's not like crazy strats I can do. I'm gonna put this in C tier. I would say even like a low C tier. Okay, what do we have? We got Mario Party doing nothing. Okay, we don't even need to watch it. This will probably be the easiest one. The title says it all. I literally did nothing at all. I just watched the game happen. Mario Bros 3 without touching blocks. I remember this one. This one was a little bit controversial because I think I accidentally cheated a couple of times, because the things that I was calling blocks, like some of them like were blocks, some of them weren't blocks. I think I was getting confused with like my own rule set. I don't remember a lot of this video, but I do think it was really hard. I'm pretty sure this is a 2020 video. I have to say, it's so random I picked Mario Bros 3. I think the reason for that was because I think people were already doing this with like the new Super Mario Bros. Game, so I'm like, okay, I'll do Mario 3, I guess. Oh yeah, I think this level was kind of hard.
Absolutely no way of clearing all these blocks.
Yeah, impossible. Oh, look at this! I broke my own rule. I wasn't supposed to land on ice blocks. I must have just forgotten. Okay, I remember people were commenting about something about how I was like, I like broke my
Insanely clutch
rules.
moment where I was an inch from falling, but it was other.
So that level should
Otherwise,
not
it
have been
was fun.
possible,
And Sixth
probably.
Tower was more-
You know what? I think I'm gonna put this probably at like a high C tier. That's probably where I would put it, just because like a majority of the levels really weren't that bad. So I think that's what we'll do for this one. So next is Mario 64, only press up. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I just realized I put this in the wrong spot. Hold on. I think Mario 64 only press up was also a hard one. It actually was, because I needed to do an SBLJ without pushing up, and I remember someone had to task that for me. So I think for that reason alone, this has to be like a low A tier, maybe a high B tier. Oh,
Except for
I can
pushing
only
up,
move
as I'm
up.
sure you've noticed
Okay.
by now. I have no idea how this is gonna go, so let's find out.
Okay, this was actually incredibly annoying. I remember like Big Boo's Haunt because of the way the camera works. That one sucked. This is probably be a high A tier. And you wouldn't think it'd be that annoying just for the simple fact of you can use the camera to like move around. But it was honestly
I worked
awful.
on Star 6 as the
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way that I did anything else here. Yeah, this is a hard one. Oh, even like the slide was hard.
Somehow got
Yes, and the pyramid. Oh my god, the pyramid, Big Boo's Haunt. Okay, I remember a lot of this video now. This is definitely an A tier. Honestly, I think it's like right below the Galaxy Star Bits, but not much lower than that. Like, it's honestly kind of like on the same level of difficulty. Okay, now we have New Super Mario Bros. Backwards. I remember very, very little of this video. So this one does not seem like it was that
Super Mario
difficult.
Bros. DS
Like, yeah, it wasn't possible, but that's only because of a weird limitation where you have to have ground directly lined up with a pipe to go inside.
But since the floatiness, simply reaching
Oh,
it immediately-
yes. This level was horrible. I think just because of this level, there's another level like this that's similar.
This level
It'll
looks
probably be like a
daunting
B
since
tier
I can
difficulty
only
because
see
a lot of these levels did not take
your
me very
pure
long.
trip button
Oh my, yeah, this level was so crazy because it kept spawning more and more
the
Unagis.
second Unagi because of the blowing pipes. My only option is to hold on to my
I mean,
boost
I
shell
honestly
and
think, like, I'm remembering back to, like, 3D World Backwards, that one was way harder than this
damage
game.
boost and
Hold
I mean,
on.
I must have tried this level hundreds of times, but I was just so
I did. I
determined
tried this level for probably a good
to
4
pull off
hours at
this
least, maybe longer than
incredibly
that.
dumb idea. And then
I like the music. Very dramatic.
what?
Rip.
Oh, that
Yeah, so this was another one of those videos where only like 3 or 4 levels were like excruciatingly hard and everything else wasn't that bad. So I'm probably gonna put this at like, so yeah, we'll keep this at like low B tier just for like those couple of hard levels. Next is Mario Sunshine Fewest Jumps. I think this is probably gonna end up being C tier, but again, I don't remember a lot of this.
Mario Sunshine physics, ladies and gentlemen. Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, basically, the physics in this game are so wonky. Like, just like Mario 64, you can break the game in so many just bizarre
Game
ways.
just has
Okay, I'm remembering a lot of this video now. This one took a really long time. I think this is like another 3 to 4 day one. So I'm going to put this probably... I thought it was going to be C tier. I think this is an A tier. Probably around, like, only press up. Let's put it, like, right below it, just because the stakes weren't quite as high as the other video. This is dumb. Highest possible coins. This is kind of on the same level as like highest possible coins for Mario Maker 2, but probably even easier than that. I would put this at like probably right here. For this one, I mean, all I did, it was just a bunch of like math. I'm like, okay, mathematically, how fast can we do this? I mean, the only reason I'm not putting it lower than the Mario Party is because for the Mario Party, I literally did nothing. Here, I did actually have to use Mario and like move him around and stuff. Then there's Mario Bros. Wii Backwards. I remember this one being super easy. I don't think there was anything too crazy. Let's check it out.
level. Something about these Hammer Bros were really annoying to get around, but after a couple of dumb deaths, I managed to finish 1-3.
I like the Fall Guys music in the background. You can tell when this came
For one
out.
tower-
Oh, I take it back. There was a level that was stupidly hard in
Not
this
great,
one.
but this one-
So this level is very interesting because the way the speedrunners do this is they actually do not use the bridge thing. They actually do what I basically did here. But I've never speedrun the game. I didn't know like when enemies were gonna fall and stuff. And I also did this freaking level backwards. The strategy for it is incredibly interesting and super difficult.
With a bit of a running start, and I almost got to the bob-omb that time. I just need a bit more of a boost before using the propeller jump. So the
Yeah,
solution
this is probably one of the most
was
interesting
to bounce off the
backwards
first
levels I've
bob-omb,
ever completed.
soar across the
At
points,
least for
and
like the
repel
2D
at
Mario
the very
games.
last second.
Yeah, this... I think this one level took about 3 hours. This is another really, really long one. Okay, so there was really just that one level that was difficult. I think for that, I'm going to probably put it... Let's put it like... it's almost a C tier, but that one level did take a very long time. So let's go ahead and put it at very, very low B tier. Now, Mario Bros. 2 backwards, I remember this one being like one of the most boring challenge videos to record for. Because again, it was one of those games where the level's either possible and easy or impossible, no cool strats. Which is interesting because the all coins video was like the complete opposite, but that's just how this one worked. And of course, the freaking castle level. The castle levels always made the backwards levels like impossible. Yeah, I didn't spend any time on like any of those levels. This is honestly, I think I'm going to put it in D tier. I mean, it really was not that hard. I think I'll put it above maybe, I'm going to put it like right here. Like it's slightly harder than the feat video, but not by much. Mario Bros. 3 touching all coins again. I remember none of this. I think at this point I was starting to run out of like creative ideas and I was just kind of like, you know, going with the flow. Let me see, but I might be wrong. There might have been pretty crazy stuff for this. I'm in a frog suit. I don't know why. I think I was just trying to do something interesting for the beginning. Okay, so I spent some time on 1.5. Oh yeah, this was hard. I don't know if I actually did this or not. I don't remember. I remember playing none of this. Again, it's another December video. I don't remember anything. Okay, where are we going to put this one? This is somewhere in the middle. Like, it definitely had some tough ones. It didn't have anything that, like, revolved around crazy strats. And this is, of course, Mario Bros. 3. There's not, like, you know, there is no multiplayer. There's no, like, wonky power-ups like Mini Mario or whatever. I would probably put this, honestly, around the same as the blocks, but easier. The next... Oh, God. Oh, God. This was the dumbest thing I have ever done. Mario 64 elbows only. I spent 3 days playing this. I know 3 days doesn't sound that long. This was probably the most painful 3 days of my life because I was using the DDR pad to control the game with my elbows. And the first day I was like literally laying on the ground doing this with my head trying to look at the screen. And then I like destroyed my back. So the second and third day I had to get on this desk, lay the DDR pad down, look at the screen while playing. This was horrible, but I did beat it. I did beat it. You know what? This is like an easy top 3, top 5 contender, so I'm gonna leave it like right there. That's probably a good spot. Then next is Bowser's Fury only crouching. This one honestly was not that bad. It was challenging. It did have a couple of catch signs that were ridiculous, but nothing too bad. I did have to discover a couple of like pretty weird like exploits. This one's probably gonna be like a low A tier. Mario 3D World Backwards. Oh man, this one had tons of crazy hard levels. This is another A tier easily, probably harder than crouching. There were tons of levels that I just had to replay over and over and over again. Yeah, easy A tier. Probably gonna put it like, I think I'm gonna put it like right here. I don't know if it was as hard as the star bits, but like it was really damn hard. Then we have Mario 64 and Mario 64 DS at the same time. It's just trying to basically beat the games at the same time. And the main challenge for this one that I put on myself was making sure I collect stars within like the same 1 to 2 second time frame. And because the controls are so different, this was ridiculously difficult. There was tons of stars that, honestly, this is like an S tier. I mean, God, this one was hard. This one was almost impossible. Holy crap. And then I did it again for Galaxy 1 and 2. This was probably even harder just because, you know, the galaxies are different. I couldn't play the same levels. And I still had the same star thing, or the same star rule, where I had to get the same star within like a second of each other. So I'm going to put this probably as a little bit harder than 64 and 64 DS. This one was freaking brutal. Then there's 3D Land Crouching and Feet Only. This was such a weird video because I thought that like crouching, I think I did... I was doing crouching only, and it was, like, way too damn hard. So, like, halfway through, I also did it with my feet, and it still, like, wasn't that hard. So I guess I'm gonna put this in, probably in D tier. I remember this was such a weird video to make, because I was, like, so conflicted if I even wanted to finish it or not, because it just wasn't difficult. But I'm gonna put it, like, right here. It was a little bit harder than, like, the backwards one. Then we have Lego Luigi Highest Possible Coins. This is like on the same level as the Mario one, where I basically did the same kind of things. It just took more math. So I'm probably going to leave that like right here. Then there's Mario Party 10,000% Faster. This one was not really that hard. Like, it was actually very similar to Mario Party Doing Nothing. So I'm probably gonna put it like here. Like, the only thing that was difficult with that one was just the mini games. Okay, so this one I'm actually gonna rewatch just because this one has a very weird, bizarre rule set. But the idea for this one is it's Mario 64, and every second you lose a coin. Or no, you don't lose a coin, you lose like a bar of health or something. So I think, like, from the beginning of the game, you know, you have 0 coins, you have blue health, but you have to get coins, like, immediately. So this is very much a get a ton of coins, but also get the stars before you die. I think this is probably going to be like an A tier, from what I can remember. I can remember this was a pretty damn hard one, but I don't think it took me more than like 2 days to finish it.
Damage still drains during cutscenes, just...
Yes, and that's what made this difficult, was the text boxes did not stop the coin counter from draining. And that's, I think, what made the video interesting, was just the fact that even when you thought you were safe, you're not. You're basically always dying. Yeah, I honestly kind of forgot that, like, water levels were pretty damn easy just for the simple fact that you could just kind of float up and then you can get health. But at the same time, your health also drained faster, so they weren't that much easier.
I got star 6.
So yeah, where do I want to put this? This has a good mix of really hard stars and a lot of like pretty easy ones. Okay, you know what? I'm going to put this in B tier, and I'm going to put it like right underneath, because it's about the same difficulty as like the Mario Bros. Wii and Mario Bros. DS coin videos. Now, we're actually getting pretty close to the end here. What do we have next? Oh, this one is so dumb. So this video actually has a ton of comments on it. This is when the Nathaniel B meme randomly happens. So if you go to the video now, there's like 4,000 comments that says Ancient Nathaniel B. But the whole purpose of this video, I feel like, is one of the most out there ideas that I've come up with in terms of Mario 64, and that's controlling Koopa and letting Koopa collect the stars for me. And the only reason I consider this maybe being possible is because, you know, like, Koopa will run away from you at certain points. Like, I'm like, okay, well, what if I could kind of just like spawn Koopa anywhere and then let him get the stars? Or I guess like spawn him like at the beginning of the stage.
No, it's literally the same computer AI as a normal Koopa. The only difference we've added is that he can grab stars, and he can perform the same jump Koopa the Quick.
Yeah, this is gonna be... I actually remember a lot of this video. This video was incredibly hard to film. This is definitely gonna be an A tier. I'd say relatively high A tier. Like, maybe... I don't know if it's as hard as that backwards 3D World video. I'm probably gonna put it like... I'm gonna put it like here. I think this is probably a good spot for it. Now, this one, I already know it's going in D tier, because this is actually the least amount of time I had ever spent on a challenge. It took about 2 hours to film this entire thing. This was, you know, I didn't really have like a decent idea for that week. This is why I don't really do weekly videos anymore, because I don't want to do filler videos anymore. This was a filler video. I'll straight up just admit it. I feel like the concept was kind of interesting. It's trying to basically beat an entire Grand Prix, get first, or I think just get gold. That was the goal. Get a gold medal in both games, and both of the games control very differently, even though they're both Mario Kart. So yeah, this one really was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I did it very, very quickly. I'm going to put it probably... I'm going to put it like right here, because even like these Lego Mario and Lego Luigi coin videos, as dumb as they are and as silly as they are, they at least took me like a decent amount of research, and I did have to do a lot of like math and calculations trying to figure out like what the highest coins would be. This was just, you know, finding the right combination of Grand Prix and then just kind of doing it. It only took a few tries to get it, and then that was the video. This next one, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope without Mario. This, okay, you know what? I take it back. This, well, I don't know if it's hard as the Koopa one, but this was definitely one of the harder ones that I did in 2022. But it was also because I think it was the first time I was like playing through this game. This one was hard. I actually do remember this. There was a lot of them that I was stuck on, and I was constantly like swapping out characters, trying to figure out like what the best strategy was going to be. Yeah, this one was hard. This took me, I think, 2 or 3 days. This is a tough one. I'm going to put this definitely in B tier. It might even be harder than these coin videos, because like pretty much all the battles were hard. There was a couple, I think, at the beginning of the game that weren't that bad, but when we got close to the end of the game, it was brutal. So I'm probably going to put this as like the highest B tier, at least for now. Like, this one was really, really damn hard. And I think that is it for 2022. Oh no, this is the last one. Mario 3D Land Backwards. I remember nothing about this video because this came out literally when Bandy's Universe was coming out. It was because we were doing Bandy's Universe. It was like every week in December, and then I was doing videos in between. The videos in between, I remember literally nothing about except for like the ranking SpongeBob, because I had spent, you know, forever on that, and then I think ranking Sonic games. I remember making that too, because that was also very, very time consuming. This video was just like whatever. After all the crazy things I put out at the end of 2022, for fun, at least for these first. Okay, yeah. So this one, I could do some cool strats, but I don't think they really worked. Like here, I'm trying to do a cool strat to go backwards, and there's not much I could do. Okay, yeah. So there was, again, this is one of those games where there was like maybe 4 or 5 levels that really stumped me. That was about it. This is probably gonna be a low. No, it's actually, I think it's gonna be C tier actually, because it definitely was not as hard. It was around the same level as these 2 coin videos, I would say. And now we have 2 challenge videos for 2023. This has been a weird year for me just because I've been uploading way less and I've been trying out a lot of different things, like the GameStop video. This is one of the experimental videos, which is every 3D Mario game 100% in 1 week. This video was one of the most mentally draining things I have ever attempted, at least in a short time span. I would still say Bandy's Universe is the hardest thing I've ever accomplished, but this freaking video like mentally destroyed me, and I don't think a video's ever done that to me before. Even like this Mario without Mario one, I at least had help from Adil. This was all me, man. Like I just had to freaking do it. It was so freaking hard. You know what, this might be the hardest challenge I have ever attempted, even harder than the elbows. Like the elbows was rough, the without Mario was rough. I think that's number 1. And then our last video is the one that was actually pretty recent, a Mario Kart 100% 1 week, same thing, but there was that period of like 2 days where I was doing like nothing. So I'm probably gonna put this, it's still S tier, don't get me wrong. It's not as hard as the 3D Mario. I think that's probably a good spot for the Mario Kart 1 week, because again, there were moments where I was doing absolutely nothing, but the first 5 days were so brutal. And that is every single Mario challenge video. I know this looks like all of them, but I've actually done even more challenges than this. I've done like Sonic ones, I've done a couple Pokemon ones and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. This has been a very long recording session. I don't know how long the video is going to end up being, but I hope you guys are looking forward to Super Mario Bros. Wonder as I am. I plan on doing a lot of videos on Mario Bros. Wonder. You can expect all coins. When eventually a level editor comes out, we'll do backwards. I have no idea when that'll happen. But once the level editor is ready, we'll definitely do backwards. Maybe there's a mod where we can combine all the badges together. Again, I don't know if it's going to be feasible yet, but it's an idea I have. And then there's plenty more that I have ideas for. So I'm very, very excited for the game. That's about it for today. So thanks for watching, guys.